for. I want to start at the very core of some confusion is CUGR stands for the Center for Undergraduate Research. And I really hasten to say, do not let undergraduate confuse anyone. We do have opportunities for graduate students. It's not solely undergraduate, but here we are. We have a team of folks that help run this office. Dr. Ali Abedi is our director. He's also the Associate Vice President for Research here at the University of Maine. We have an associate director, and her name is Dr. Melissa McGinnis. She's also an associate professor of microbiology. And you met the three of us that are here today with you. We also have a CUGR Advisory Council, which helps us to, that's made up of a diverse group of faculty from all colleges, not just the sciences. We have music and the Honors College, and as well as many other disciplines and an undergraduate student representative that helps us with our scoring of our fellowship proposals, but also talks to us about the different aspects of what we do and how we can help different disciplines to be involved. That's what's super important here, is that we have a diversity of folks on our committees. We are mostly located in IMRC. I put 124 because that's my office number, but Dina, what is your office number specifically?
I am in room 101.
Okay, so that's right down the hall. It's not a big place. It can be scary at first when you walk in, but I promise it's not that bad. And right now doors are closed, but honestly they're always open, so to speak. If you need something, you just knock on the door and I should be here, or Dina is available. We have our website listed here if you have any questions or you're curious about what we have on the website. We have online chat office hours on our website, so if you have questions, you can chat Jamie there. We have our email address. We have our email address listed here. We're also on social media, and Jamie does an outstanding job on our posts. If you do not follow us, I highly suggest that whatever social media that you may happen to be on, or if you come from a department that has social media, we would love to connect that way so that we can share your successes, your news, and that we can collaborate and help each other that way to get the word out about what we do. But Jamie does a really wonderful job. So I encourage you just to check out her creations there. An important question that we get is why do research? Why should students do research? And we took this quote here on this slide from our mission statement, and it reads, to increase, improve, and enhance undergraduate students' participation and experiences in research, scholarship, and creative activity. It goes far beyond that. It allows students to work in a professional atmosphere if they have never done so. It allows students to learn things more outside of just what when we think of research, just a labs like this. When I thought of research, I always thought of this picture in the upper right, and I have learned so much more since I've been here. It's more about collecting data. It's about creative activity and how that can relate to research and progress things forward. It's really the pinnacle of an educational experience, and we want to achieve that by teaching students how to do research, how to excel at their research, how to give them what they need to continue their research. As far as undergraduate research opportunities, we have the academic year and summer fellowships, which are a competitive thing. You have to submit your proposal, and then our advisory council goes through and uses a rubric to score those. The MSGC undergraduate research experiences follow the same procedure. So it's the same application to submit for those. this past year, we also had the Institute of Medicine fellowships and artificial intelligence fellowships, and those students also use the same procedure and the same form to fill out, but if they had more of a medicine or artificial intelligence theme to their work, then they were granted those opportunities. And of course, the UMaine Student Symposium, which undergraduates have a big role in that. They can submit and present there. Now, all of the opportunities, the fellowships, and the MSGC research experiences, when students are awarded those from our office, they are also required by the contract that we have to present at the symposium, which it's the accumulation of everything that they've researched, that they've written, and their findings from that. And sometimes it's not the end of their research, it's only presenting their findings on what they have so far. For graduate opportunities, we have the MSGC graduate fellowships, which are awarded academic year and summer, same as undergraduate. We also have, of course, the Student Symposium. Now, at both of these, for the Student Symposium offers awards on top of awards from the fellowship. So if they received a fellowship, they present at the symposium, they could potentially win an award at the symposium for their presentation there. Oops, I'm going backwards, sorry. A big question we get is, how do I get involved in research? And I think this comes from multiple areas. It's not only from students. I think that as a student, the general idea is to take an interest that you have, and sometimes it comes from an experience or something that you just are very interested in, that you can find pathways, or if you need help finding pathways on where to go with your interests, you can always contact our office. But typically, if you have a general idea, you can contact your associate dean's office, and they could potentially put you in contact with somebody that may be hiring in their lab or in the field. And we stress that if you are interested as a student and you do email anyone, associate dean's office, our office, you try to put your best foot forward and send a very professional email. We'll have a CUGR talk about professionalism and what that means as far as emailing and dressing later in the year. As a graduate student, same idea. You can always contact our office. And oftentimes as a graduate student, it's a more narrow focus, so you probably already have someone in mind, but departmental websites are a great place to start. If you know what you're interested in, you can find somebody that may already study that interest and email them from there. As a faculty member, it's you could approach students who may show interest in certain aspects that may fit in with your lab or your research, and they might not have even thought that they had any opportunities in your lab or field research. Staff members, it's important that staff knows what CUGR is in order to help students with these kind of opportunities. They may not know that CUGR exists, that opportunities for fellowships exist, or that their disciplines can even allow for research and creative activities in this way. It's important that staff is involved because they have a lot of contact with students and with scheduling classes, and they may know more about lab openings than anybody. It's important that everyone is aware and to help mentor students. It doesn't matter who you are on campus. Student employment, the Career Link website has a lot of opportunities actually for on and off campus research opportunities. Jamie and I took a look at that the other day, and I was surprised to see a lot of off-campus internship opportunities available. And I think that I've expended this slide. If you're unfamiliar with what the Student Symposium is, It is it's an annual event that we have where students can present their work that they've been working on throughout the year. Oftentimes it can be assigned through a class, or in our area, it's because you've won an award and you're contracted to present at the symposium. Students should want to present their hard work anyway, and that's super important to learn how to present your research to a wide audience. It's open to any discipline. We don't favor any discipline. We want more arts and creative activities and humanities involved in research and involved in the symposium. So if you have any questions about how non-specific research disciplines can be involved, please let us know. And students submit their research abstract when the call for abstracts goes out. This year, the call for abstracts will go out on Wednesday, January 19th of 2022. Students can volunteer to help on the day of the event if they don't want to present, but they still want to be involved. It's a pretty large event and we need all the help we can get. This year it'll be in person. So it's important that we have a lot of people being involved to help us in all aspects of it. Faculty and staff can get involved by signing up to be a judge. The judging this year will be virtual. So we will need judges, and there is no, you can be from anywhere. You can be anybody and sign up to be a judge. It's important that students learn to present their work to a wide audience. So we want a wide audience of judges for the event. And virtual judging is really at your own pace, your own time, as long as you get the scores into us by the deadline. This is just a couple of snapshots from this past year's student symposium, which was completely virtual for obvious reasons. It went very well. These snapshots are from the live presentations we had virtually. So this just shows you a few of the virtual posters that students had presented, and then they talked about it to the online audience of that day. This is on top of them already submitting their virtual presentation. Here's a little snapshot. It's really hard to take a snapshot of someone doing a Zoom because you never know, they're not still. So I apologize if anybody sees these photos and they're like, why didn't you choose that one? It's because it was very difficult. But these are just some of the players that we had and supporters we have of the symposium and of the undergraduate and graduate student research. It's super important to our community here on campus, as well as beyond, because its effects are longstanding. Our next CUGR talk will be Wednesday, September 15th, I think it is, 2:30 to 3:30. This will detail the academic year application process for students. So this is for anybody who wants to come, but we will walk step by step through the process of submitting your proposal for academic year fellowships. There are a number, we get a lot of questions about the questions that we ask the students when they fill out the form. So I want to be very clear about why we ask those questions and what specifically we're looking for so that students can put their best proposal forward to us. I knew it would go really quick. It's so much quicker than I think. Does anybody have any questions about anything that I've talked about here? Or did I breeze through anything that someone else would like further explanation on? Feel free to type it in the chat or to unmute yourself and just ask a few questions.
May I ask a question?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, cool. So I'm new here. I started in January, and I'm really curious about if there's just a one-stop shop for basically funds for students to do research. If this is that list, or if there are other pockets of money that I should be aware of and sort of point certain students to.
I am sure that there are other areas of campus that have fellowships available. I do not have that information, but I can only discuss what we have available.
Okay.
I will look into that for you, because I think it's important for our office to know as well, in case students would like to. The Humanities Center often runs some fellowship programs, and the link to that can be found on our website under programs. Is that right, Jamie? And so they
Yes, it has its own tile under programs, and when you click on that, it'll redirect you to their website, so you can find all the information there.
I think I should probably be specific to that. MSGC means Maine State Grant Consortium. It's easy to use acronyms when you are in the business all the time. So if there's anything else that I breezed over that you have any questions about, please let me know. Do we have any other questions? Wow, I didn't think that I would be done so quickly.
Melinda,
Yeah.
I'm sorry to bother you. Can you,
No,
I came a little late. I don't know if you talked about the EPIC program.
I did not speak about the EPIC program. I can direct you to more information on that. I do know that EPIC is running this year. It ran last year, the introductory program. It just allows students for a more hands-on approach to different aspects on campus, to different things they could do, and it's really cool. I sat in on the course on each class, and I learned quite a bit about the opportunities that are here on campus for students that are pretty extraordinary. Even about the building I'm sitting in right now. I learned a lot about what's here. I will send you information on that, but the website has further information about how students can get involved. But I do know that that course is being offered this fall.
Thank you.
Hi, Ella.
Hi. So my question is for, in general, I'm thinking about for our students, international students, when it comes to, I think it's cannot deny this is a great opportunity for them to learn and grow, but it might be a little bit scary. And if you're just looking for the website and just seems a little cold, if you need to direct a student to, point person to, if they would just have a conversation, I think these are great ideas, and we want to direct and connect them to people, what would be your recommendation? Can they set up like a one-on-one with someone in the office? Or, what would be, or stop by the center? What do you usually recommend people to do to get a little bit more general information like this for them?
I think the best thing to do is to either chat Jamie, if on our website, if the chat is open during Jamie's office hours, or to just email us at cougar@maine.edu. And then we can set up something, one-on-one if they'd like. But I'm very open to coming to departments. I'd really like to come to departments, faculty, meetings to discuss more about Cougar and to get the information out about it so that we can then pass it on, this benefit really, onto our students.
So you guys do also do drop-ins, that's what I'm hearing, especially once we start in the fall. Okay.
Yes,
perfect.
I'm here. Yep. Unfortunately, there are meetings to contend with as well. So I would hate for someone to try to drop in. I'm in a meeting, but I don't go far.
Indeed, I have one question.
Sure.
Would your office help out with students finding internships at institutions other than UMaine? Let's say students makes a connection with MDI Lab or Jackson Lab or Northern Light. would your office help out with coordinating such a project?
I would suggest that students use the career link for that kind of thing. There were a number, I was actually really pleasantly surprised that there were a number of institutions off campus that had internships posted on career link, which we as staff, at least I couldn't see those. That's why I needed Jamie's help to see what was available for students to see as far as internships that were available. If we hear of anything, we typically send it out on our social media or to students. Oftentimes we'll get an email about opportunities, and we spread the news as best we can.
Great, thank you.
I'm just reading chat here about a question about wanting to have interns present at the student symposium. We would be willing to set up a meeting, no problem, to line up their research. Jamie, can you confirm that all of the dates that I think Jamie's still here. The dates for the symposium for 22 should already be posted on our website. So those dates in which we're asking for, we'll open the call for abstracts is January 22nd of 22, which I'm sorry, January 19th of 2022. That's when we'll open the form to take in student abstracts for the symposium. So using that date would be a good start to work backwards as to timelines when students may need things into you or things to be completed in order to have something to present on April 15th of 22, which is the day of the symposium. But like I said, there's some dates in between there, and they should be on our website, but I will be hosting a CUGR talk about the symposium as well ahead of time, so that anyone that has questions we'll do a walkthrough of the form for that as well. Because if we help you, that helps us. So we want to get the information out to everyone about dates so that they're aware, and about what to expect when they fill out the form, because that does help us on our end. But yeah, anytime anybody would like a meeting, please email either me at melinda.pelletier1@maine.edu. That's kind of a mouthful, but you can do CUGR@maine.edu. It's a little bit easier. That also comes to me, and I would love to set something up with anyone. I really want to go and talk to, like I said, departments, and I would really like to talk to student groups to get more students involved and start thinking more broadly about the symposium and about CUGR and its potential for students that may not necessarily be in a stereotypical lab setting. I mean, we love those students too, but coming from an art background, I would love to see more arts involved in humanities. So
Yes, and all our dates are put up on our website under the events page, but I do post an overview of important dates, like a mark your calendar type post on our social media before forms open, and then after forms have opened, I make sure to post updates on deadlines rapidly, but I also post like 2 weeks, 1 week, the day before and the day of, so that students know when things are due and their faculty mentors know that, that deadline is approaching.
thank you, Jamie. We hope that's helpful. We try to, emails are something that we love and hate, and they're great for reminders, but oftentimes they can be a little bit overwhelming. So we try to use Navigate as well for students to be aware of upcoming deadlines, approaching deadlines, and events that we may have. Any other questions? Well, maybe I have given everyone the gift of a half an hour back of their day. We do have I just launched a poll. I'm just curious about what people already knew about CUGR or did not know about CUGR. Hi, Jason.
Hi, Mindy. Thank you for the presentation. This is great. And I was just looking on the CUGR website and about the upcoming fellowships for students. It
Yep.
looks like things open September 1st and then the applications are due in October. Is
Yep.
that? So have you thought about doing any sort of outreach to students over the summer to get them thinking about submissions? I'm just thinking ahead to this fall in particular, where things might be, more hectic than, I mean, the beginning of an academic year is always hectic, but I'm wondering if there's anything you've thought of about doing outreach to students during the summer months, kind of gearing up for that new fellowship cycle.
I think we've thought about it. I think reaching those students is difficult this time of year, especially with their email. And not all students are thinking about their email during the summer, but we'll continue to think on that and also act on it. So we will try to reach out to students as well as faculty and staff about upcoming opportunities from our office. If you have any ideas, we'd love to hear them.
What about reaching out to people who like UMaine Hello, like that group who
Yep.
sends out all of the like resident information?
That's a great idea. I think we
First year experience.
We've done that where we actually created flyers and had them at all the residence halls. So maybe that's something that we can redo again this year. And we will be involved with admissions and Maine Hello and tabling and with student organization. So I think we do more than I remember. Does anyone have any additional questions? Okay. And like I said, please contact us if you have any ideas, if you have any thoughts, if you have any way for me that you think, critique me. I'm okay with that. I only grow from that. So please send us your emails. And if you'd like to meet with us, we're more than willing to do that. We're on campus, so we can walk or do a Zoom or whatever you'd like. We really appreciate you all being here today. It's really important for us to share with you all what we do and only make it easier for us to talk about what we do. And we appreciate you all being here. So thank you so much. Have a good day.